Hello, and welcome to Team 6's Band in a Box presentation. Team 6's Band in a Box consists of 5 instruments: 2 string, 2 wind, and 1 percussion. Team 6's Band in a Box design is lightweight and easy to transport. We produce high quality sound for a low price. Our entire package cost for all 5 instruments is only $45.15. Hello, I'm Robert McReynolds, and today I'll be going over Team 6's xylophone with you. Team 6's xylophone is compact and easy to play and has a low cost to produce of only $11.25. By taking into account the speed of sound through steel and the thickness of the bar, we were able to determine the length of the bars needed to produce the desired frequency we were after. Our xylophone plays notes in the range of F4 to D5. During the design process, I learned quite a bit about design of percussion instruments. At first I wanted to go with a cantilever design, which produced really flat notes. By switching to a simple supported design, I was able to produce quality sound out of my design. I had to use a variety of insulators to produce high quality tones. I tried things such as rubber grommets, wood dowels, and cotton, which was used in my final design because it produced the best quality sound. I could have improved my design by having a better fabrication facility to cut the keys more squarely. Although they produce high quality sound, they're not as aesthetically pleasing as I would like them to be. I will close my demonstration here by playing a few notes for you.
Welcome, my name is Misty Mosey and I will be presenting to you the slide flute for Maroon and Gold 5. This design was modified from a fife and a traditional flute and plays a mid-range of notes in the treble clef. The player will need to slide the tubing in and out to reach each note. This modification came from the trombone. The modification allows for compact storage, no assembly of the instrument, and no complicated fingerings to learn. Each note is tuned off the length of the pipe, which was determined based on the equations for a wind instrument with 2 open ends. This uses the fundamental frequency and the speed of sound in air to calculate, and a final correction for the radius of the pipe. By having the clear tubing, this instrument gains a modern look and becomes inexpensive to produce. One challenge in this build comes from the vinyl tubing itself. As the diameter of the tubing becomes large, the rolls that it's stored and cut from have a tendency to flatten. This makes the instrument difficult to play, but was overcome after a few days to allow the tubing to round back out. The assembly itself also assists in rounding out the larger tubing. Let me demonstrate a few notes for you.
Hi, I'm Steve Rundle Jr. and I'm with Team 6 here to talk to you today about the pan flute that I created for our Band in a Box project. A quick demonstration of how the instrument sounds. Some of the underlying physics of my design was the tube length were calculated by taking the speed of sound of air and dividing that by 4 times the desired frequency of each note. The design changes that I made were originally I had 5 PVC pipes and I actually needed 8 pipes for the song that we're going to be playing, so that was a change that I had to make in the beginning of the project. The final cost, as you can see from slide 8, was $8.66, with the Schedule 40 PVC pipe being $3.68, 8 quarters at $2. Super glue was $1.98, and we were allowed $1 for the paint job that I applied to the pan flute. The lessons that I learned when I was making the pan flute, of course this is my first instrument I've ever made, was I had to go in and sand out, or basically file down, the open ends of each tube. It was a little irritating on the lips as you blew across each tube, so I wanted to give that a smoother surface. The second thing I would have done different was paint each of these separately and then place it together instead of painting it as one piece.
Hi, my name is Nick Grilloni, and I will be presenting my fretted zither. Its main selling points are that it's cheap and easy to make, it produces good sound quality, it can play over a dozen notes using just 2 strings, and it's small, portable, and easy to store. As for the underlying physics, the tone generated by each string is based off its mass density, length, and tension. The length can be adjusted using one of the 8 frets, allowing each string to play a total of 9 notes. One thing I learned along the way was how to mix audio using the Audacity software. I had never done this before. One of the challenges I ran into was that I miscalculated the tension needed for the strings, making it to where I had to use a thicker gauge string. One of the ideas I had for improvement was adding a divot to the lower end of the fretboard. This would help channel sound in the direction it's facing. And now for a demonstration.
Hi, I'm Arlo Magpok, and my instrument design was the ukulele. The biggest selling points of my instrument design is that it's not a traditional ukulele and that it's more of a square shaped, along with the neck here with the tuning pegs in the back. The sound is basically dictated by the amount of tension that's put on the string by adjusting the tuning pegs, as well as putting pressure on the string by pushing down. The biggest challenge that I faced when making this instrument was support for the neck. My first attempt at designing this, the neck snapped off because it was initially just glued. So that was my biggest design flaw, which I solved by adding a board here at the top, which was drilled to the very top of this instrument, and this was drilled in, so that's able to support the neck, so it can basically support the tension for the string. The biggest improvement that I can think of making here would be to add frets. I didn't initially consider that when I made the instrument. It would have definitely generated a better sound, but as of now, I can play a different range of notes based on the amount of tension that I can use through the tuning pegs. So I'll just play a couple for you.
Team 6 would like to thank you for viewing our presentation and close with some of the things that we have learned during this project. During this project, we have learned all about music instruments and what variables go into making them produce certain frequencies. We have also learned how to work effectively in teams. Once again, thank you for viewing our presentation.